wouldn't let fans in. But I'd like to turn it over to the students. Let the kids do it. Not the kids, let the students do it. We do the home games. They'd like us to do the away games, but well, only because you don't know if they have Wi-Fi. You don't know if the school's going to allow you. Some press boxes they have room for you, some don't. So it's easier for us to do the home games, and then when they have made the playoffs, we've done those as well. So. And even though I'm an alumnus of Wickliffe, you'll hear us, but we do our best to call it down the middle. Talk positively about both schools, and it's really cool. It's not hard to do, and it doesn't really. I mean, it doesn't. I'm not paying for the internet connection, right? Okay. This is my computer, but you got to figure the school's got a computer. These little mixers are cameras are dirt cheap today. Somebody told me. Yes, sir. That would be great. Calvin? Zion? Nice to meet you guys. Welcome. Well, this should be a good matchup then tonight.
I think last week we played Trinity, right? And it was really close, like 17-15. But like I don't prefer like tons of high scores. I just prefer good games.
Sure. How'd you guys do against Trinity? Did you win?
Yeah, we won.
Because we have Trinity next Saturday.
It was
there.
like last minute, 14-15.
Well, this should be a good test for both teams tonight.
Yeah.
I joke on the webcast. I always say that the Blue Devils play a doubleheader this weekend. They play tonight, and then Sunday they'll play at 1 o'clock downtown against the Giants. Well, they should beat the Giants, but the Browns are just underwhelming this week. But it's a long year, I mean it is. It's a long year.
I was looking something up the other day. I was just like comparing the Giants and Browns. The Giants lost like 18-21 or 18-21, I think. But the other team didn't score a single touchdown. It was all.
Well, yeah, it was all field goals.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like how does that even?
A very good friend of mine is in New York, and he called me today, and he's a huge Giants fan and Mets fan. And he's yapping about the Mets because the Mets are playing good. And I said, well, your Giants are here on Sunday. He goes, oh, who cares? He said, I hope we lose them all so we can get have the number 1 pick and get a quarterback. But that doesn't mean it. I mean, look at Chicago. I mean, everyone was saying that Williams was going to light up the league, and I mean, he looks like a rookie. All right, we are on in 10 minutes. That you are correct. You are correct. Yes, sir. Hello. Since they printed this thing so small, this fell number 9. Sam. Arshikoski. Is that it? Constantini. I don't want to butcher anybody's name. Babel? Like, hey, Mabel.
Mark, your Berkshire roster's on the desk there.
Thank you.
Jake Ulatowski. Okay. Thanks.
Wet, cold, for this. I'll take this.
Thanks, buddy. These guys are 3-1, Badgers.
Yeah.
Good matchup.
Yeah. So, they don't want to be introduced individually,
I was chatting with your brother.
which is fine. But anyway, I still have the starters on offense that are circled.
Yeah, your brother gave me this stuff.
Oh, he already gave it to you?
Yeah, I went down and measured your brother.
Oh, okay. I had to hedge you.
You get it?
I do. Did you, have you ever, you had, ridden down I-77 before?
Oh, yeah. I've gone all the way into like West Virginia. I'm
So,
going tomorrow to going to Kickoff.
have you ever heard of Tudor's Biscuits?
I think I have.
Like on the side of the road, Tudor. Like you're going through West Virginia,
Yeah.
especially like between Charleston and like Virginia state line. You see Tudor Biscuits?
Right?
Well, the Marshall head coach, Ohio State plays,
Right.
Marshall. He was saying, so he was talking at the press conference this week, and he was talking about the Ohio State players. He goes, yeah, they got some fast guys on that team. He goes, and if any one of those guys likes biscuits, he goes, you can come to Marshall and you can have all the Tudor's biscuits you can eat.
Guy's got a sense of humor.
Yeah, he was good.
That's good.
He was good.
Some tunes on. Going here.
Oh, yeah.
Computer.
You're unbelievable. But tell me more about mine. I'm always so concerned with the way you say you always have stuff to think of us. Being one is more than I ever know. But this time I realize I'm gonna shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable. Pushing down the reds and bringing out your high self. Think of the fun times, pushing down the better view instead of bringing the attitudes to what the world and everything your attitude. Brace yourself with grace and peace. I know this world and what it seems.
It's unbelievable.
You burden me with your questions. You help me tell no lies. You're always asking what it's all about. Don't listen to my replies. You say to me I don't talk enough, but when I do I'm a fool. These times I've spent, I've realized you shoot through and leave you. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, it's what I love you more. The things you say, your purpose just give you away. The things you say, you're unbelievable. You're so unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Welcome to the Big Show. He could go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready for
Y'all ready for this?
From high atop the ridge at the campus of Wickliffe, the worldwide Blue Devils Network proudly presents to you Blue Devil Football. Hello again, everybody. My name is Frank Foti from the class of 1974, and very soon I'll be joined by my brother from another mother in the class of 1975, Mark Tennant, as tonight the Wickliffe Blue Devils play host to the Badgers of Berkshire. Both teams are coming into tonight's game with identical records of 3 wins and 1 loss, and it should be a good one, a really good one. The Blue Devils are, out on the field at present, along with the Badgers, as they're getting themselves ready for tonight's game. Checking Doppler Devil weather, we've got 77 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover, which isn't bad. Beautiful night for football, so if you have the chance, make your way on up here on Rockefeller Road to Memorial Stadium to catch tonight's action between the Badgers of Berkshire and the Blue Devils of Wickliffe. been a while since we've been able to come to you on the World Wide Web, as the Blue Devils had, after their season opening win here at home, they were gone for 3 weeks. They went out to played at the Spire Center up against Ashtabula St. John, where they pulled off a nice victory there. And then they went over to Orange, dropped a close one. And then last week out at Cardinal, they won going away, as they now have a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. Berkshire coming in here after a very tough win last week against Trinity, where they were able to prevail by a score of 17-15. A late field goal by the Badgers did it for them, and we'll see about what happens here tonight. As speaking of field goals, since we were with you last, the Blue Devils have added a field goal kicker, young man by the name of, I'll get it for you here in Drew Rossman, who's got like a major leg. I guess he's a member of the soccer team, and is already converted on a number of field goals, number of extra points, which gives the Blue Devils an added scoring option. So a lot of great activity that has been going on with the Blue Devils. And by the way, this is the first week that the computer rankings here in the state of Ohio have come out, and the Blue Devils being in Division 6, where now in each region the top 16 teams go to the playoffs. The Blue Devils right now are tied for the 8th spot. So if they're able to maintain their level of play as they have thus far, they're, as they say, an October to remember. Well, this could be like an October, November to remember with regard to the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Well, Mark, how you doing?
Hey, buddy, good. Apparently, hopefully, the folks around the world are on Facebook watching. We can't get them here. Facebook, for some reason, is down. Everything else is up. But we are live on YouTube as well. So it has nothing to do with us. It is them, not us.
Hey, these things happen, buddy.
We're doing really well.
These things do happen.
But,
so
it's great. This is probably one of the best games we're going to watch in a few years, just because of the talent level of both teams, really equal in many, many ways. They run a lot of the same type of things we do on offense, according to Coach Purcello. And we'll hear from him and Coach Josh Deweese of the Berkshire Badgers coming up here in just a little bit. But, just to kind of shine a light on what we're going to see tonight, I think we've got 2 good offenses. We have 2 good defenses, and they're going to go at it. And, again, 2 3-1 teams. And, it's funny, and it should be a good game. Now, what's funny is, this is a conference opponent, but they said it's a non-conference game.
Well, I think it's because, Mark, in the Chagrin Valley Conference, it's almost like the NFL, where there's, like the Chagrin Division, the Metro Division, the Valley Division. So I have a feeling that us and Berkshire are in different divisions, whereas, while we're both Chagrin Valley Conference members, what happens tonight, and it doesn't probably affect our divisional play.
Gotcha. I do know that, though, tonight's winner is going to gain some really good computer points towards the playoffs. Yeah. And that's one other thing I definitely wanted to talk about, and you had mentioned it just a minute ago about, the rankings started coming out, and now we're, 5 weeks into this thing. And then looking ahead from 5 weeks from now, which is going to be here before we know it, of course. But this goes a long way this evening. This game, the Cuyahoga Heights game, the Independence game, I think all.
And Trinity. And Trinity's next week.
And next week. I just think those will all be, if the Blue Devils can go in and take care of business, 3 or 4 of those teams, I think they really have a good shot to go to the playoffs, and that's a word we haven't uttered
in a while
on these airwaves in a while, and it'd be fun. It'd be great.
And Mark, the other thing that's going around is all this talk about possibly moving Wickliffe Memorial Stadium to Brook Park.
Yeah, and $1 billion stadium. That's right. But this is the part of their schedule where they had a tough Orange team to play, but I think they're matched up pretty well with these teams coming up. Cuyahoga Heights has a big game tonight. and so does Independence. So we'll see what happens. But all we have to do is take care of business here tonight and move on to next week, and then, like I said, I think the points will take care of themselves.
Yeah, something we've said throughout the years: there's excellent football played in the Chagrin Valley Conference. It's good that we've seen the Blue Devils and under the leadership of Coach Purcello bring the program back. But you start looking at some of these teams. Cuyahoga Heights year in and year out is in there. Independence, we've seen some great teams. In our the one thing since we're Division 6, Kirtland. I mean that's and they're already perched number 1 in the state in Division 6. And last week that they went to Perry and won that ball game, where it went triple overtime. Perry scores to take the lead, kicks an extra point. Kirtland scores and then gets a 2-point conversion to win the ball game. Yep. I mean, that's what dynasties do.
And it was a good game. I did have a chance to watch that game last week. We've looks like we've got a crowd of about 20,000-30,000 at the gates waiting to get in. This should be a good game, and we've got 21 minutes.
There's a rumor that some of the tailgating that's out here behind the campus of Wickliffe, they had to move some of it down to Burke Lakefront.
I believe, and the parking's much cheaper here.
That it is. So once the game gets started, the Blue Devils will be in their all blue, which has become sort of like a tradition of their home jerseys, blue pants, and Berkshire will be in white jerseys and purple and gold pants, and they have a purple helmet. The Blue Devils have their yellowish gold helmet. So the captains are out at the midfield stripe right now. It looks like we'll find out momentarily who's going to have the ball first, and we're about 20 minutes away from the beginning of tonight's ball game. Want to make mention that the Worldwide Blue Devil Network is made possible through the cooperation with the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. And if you've not had a chance to get involved and you're an alumnus of Wickliffe Schools or Wickliffe High School, I suggest that you do. There's a lot of wonderful things that go on by way of the Alumni Association. They've got a fundraiser coming up. I believe it'll be in the winter. It's going to be one of these murder mystery things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a murder mystery thing. There's something about a murder mystery of like murdering an NFL owner who lives in Bracknell. No, it is a murder mystery thing, folks. They're saying, there goes Frank's sick humor again. But on the website, you'll be able to learn more about that. And recently, we just inducted a number of new inductees into the Sports Hall of Fame. And, in a year, we will induct probably 5 more people into the Achievement Hall of Fame. And like I say, there's a lot of wonderful things where you can get involved with regard to the Wickliffe Schools Alumni Association. And, I'm making a call for added members and volunteers. So, not too long ago, we had an opportunity where for the weekend of my high school reunion, which was a few months ago, where we were able to do a tour of the new campus here, the campus of Wickliffe. And now as I look out, Mark, look to the west, you can see more of the development of what will be the new ball diamonds for both varsity baseball and varsity softball. And I would say, there's probably a chance that should the Indians make the World Series, they'd be able to probably host a game or two here.
That's right. But it looks nice. And since we were here, and it's been a while. I mean, 4 weeks since we've been here?
It's been 4 weeks since we've been here.
And the field looks fantastic. I mean, just plant that winter grass and get things going. I'm parking right up against it when I got here to the stadium, and it's everything's looking very, very nice. 2 ballparks out front, and what's crazy is, and if of course a lot of folks remember, everything was here in the back of the buildings, back when we went to school. Well, actually, just a few years ago, and now everything was just kind of switched and moved out front. And I always wondered, when they put these ball fields in, are they going to be facing home plate? Is it going to be facing Rockefeller Road, and we're going to get some broken windshields? But no. The home plate is at Rockefeller Road and coming over to the east. So, but it should be great. It should be a fun baseball season. And a lot of these players on your Blue Devil team go both ways with baseball, including Frankie Buchar, the quarterback, Nunzio Zibnaska, him as well. I think I can go down this roster and probably pick 8 or 9 guys out to play baseball. But, yeah, it should be nice. Everything is just starting to come together here. Last year when the school opened and everything was still kind of under construction, this year everything's kind of settled down. And you'll notice, so if you didn't know, my brother Scott is the field announcer, Scott Tennant, class of 1987. But there's a new PA system in here, and one of the people that tested this thing and made this thing go is to my right. And so, Frank, talk about the new PA system, and I think you'll be able to hear the field announcer much better in tonight's webcast than you have in the past.
Well, thank you, Mark. Actually, I was contacted a couple of months ago by some members of the football boosters and the soccer boosters, wondering if there's a way that we could update the PA system, because the PA system that was here dated all the way back to when the field opened, which was when you and I were in high school. So, we're talking about something that outlived it. I mean, it worked, but it was, and then the balloon was, it was in need of updating. So, in discussion with Superintendent Specia, I did a little bit of research to find out what would be options for us to update the PA system, and we found a wonderful organization down in the state of Virginia, and where we acquired the equipment. And then it was we tried to get it in before the home opener of the football season, but we missed by a few days. And Marty Burkhart, who was the longtime employee of Wickliffe Schools, Marty was able to get do the work up on the light poles, and I was able to do the work in the press box. And thus far, we've brought Wickliffe Memorial Stadium into
the 21st century.
Into the 21st century. And if I may say so, when we tested it out, there was a song where the singer was saying, "You want to bang on your windows and open them up until the cops come." And I think we were able to achieve that.
Nice. All right. Well, coaches, let's get to the coaches.
Mark,
I had a chance to speak with Badger coach Josh DeWeese, and I will say that Coach plays everything very, very close to the vest. So I went, but it was a great visit with him. Had a chance to, a few years back, we got together, and what the Badgers are doing, and just like here at Wickliffe, just trying to change that culture and getting everybody all in, and just working their tails off to have a really, really good football team. Same thing with the Badgers, and we're about ready to talk with Coach DeWeese. And again, it was just a little bit ago down on the field. I had a chance to speak with Coach Josh DeWeese of the Berkshire Badgers. Well, after a 3-week layoff back here at Wickliffe Memorial Field and high atop the ridge, and we're here with Berkshire Badgers coach Josh DeWeese. Coach, first of all, welcome to Wickliffe.
Thank you. We're happy to be out here.
It's been a while since you've been here, right? A couple years?
It's been since 19 or 20.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Well, welcome. And the field's a little bit different, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful. It looks great.
Yeah, that's a little So since you've been here, I kind of remember traveling to your place during those days, and with the teams. I think back then we had the playoff teams going, and it was kind of always a back and forth. But fast forward to 2024, after for a few weeks here in high school football, you got a decent team going. I think we're gonna have a good one tonight. What do you think?
2, 3, and 1 teams battling. Yeah, it should be a good game.
For you guys. From an offensive standpoint, just for our listeners, who is the quarterback? Who are we going to see handling the ball? And
we got number 9, Sam Barsikowski. He's a junior. He's starting a quarterback for us. In the backfield, we got a few guys running the ball. Number 4, Justin Phillips. 22, Oliver Miller, and number 27, Aiden Weiser. So yeah, we got a nice little stable going.
So when you're on offense, Wickliffe has forever ran some kind of a form of a wing tee. What do you all want? What do you all run? And listeners and viewers, what can they expect from you guys?
A little bit of everything. We spread it out a little bit. We're an inside zone, outside zone team. Spread the ball around in the pass game. We're usually 60-40 run the pass. Get a little tight every once in a while in short yardage.
Last week, tight game, but you pulled that one out. Can you talk about the guys up front? Because it seems to me every week when there's always a tight game like that, it's always usually the guys up front that really make something happen because it's 11 guys doing their jobs. Talk about your line and who we can look for this evening and what to expect.
Across the board on offense, our offensive line's all returning starters. We have 3- and 4-year starters across the front, so we feel good from any spot up front. They all understand the scheme and they are leaders of the team. They're all captains.
So the O-line?
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. From the defensive side of the ball, I mentioned a lot of guys just like everywhere else go both ways. Talk about your defense and what they and how they played a great game last week.
We're a platoon team also. Being small school here in the CVC, that's what we do, right? Wickliffe's the same as us in that regard. We platoon, most guys platoon. We have a few rotations in here and there. But our D-line or returning players, our inside and outside backers are all, they're going to come up and make the play, and the secondary's been playing well.
So, last one from me. The group you're with, this year with a lot of juniors and seniors, what has it meant from the guys that have left, and then these guys stepping up now in their new roles, and what they've learned over the last couple of years? How has that influenced just how well of a start you guys have had?
Well, it's everything. It's everything, to be honest with you. Going back to the last time we were here, that was the group that kind of turned our program around, that senior class last time we were here, and I think we won by 2 or 3 points. It was a very close game. But we switched the culture that year. And, every class that has come after them have bought into the culture and paid it forward to the next group. So we see that turnover really well with these kids understanding what it means to put on the purple and gold.
Coach Luis, welcome to Wickliffe. Let's have a good one. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the Wickliffe alma mater.
the Wickliffe alma mater from the Wickliffe High School Swing Band, and we'll be hearing actually from both bands this evening, which is always a treat. Love it when the visiting team brings their band with them, and you're going to hear a great halftime show. Of course, as always, we'll be stepping aside, and you'll be able to hear both bands and all the halftime entertainment as we bring you the Berkshire Badgers and your Wickliffe Blue Devils this evening from Wickliffe High School high atop the bridge, and I just can't wait to get this one started. So we had of course, talked to Berkshire coach Josh DeWeese, and of course we had a chance to visit with our own coach of your Wickliffe Blue Devils, and had a minute or so to spend some time with them down on the field. It's been a while since we've seen them on the road from a long road trip. It seems like this is the second season we're starting here, and we had a chance to talk with Coach Mark Tennant. Well, after, oh my gosh, so many weeks, it's like we're only in the second home game of this fifth week into the high school football season. Of course, back up here high on the ridge with your Blue Devil head coach, Mark Tennant. Coach, welcome back home. Not a bad road trip.
Yeah, it's good to be back. When we won 2 out of 3, so and the game we lost, we were in it. So pretty happy with the way we've played so far.
You know, when we talked a few weeks ago, and you talked about this group, and you said, well, we'll see what happens, kind of a thing, but you had a good feeling about them. Now we're this many weeks in, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think we kind of settled into what we do well, and that's what we had to figure out. There's some personnel things at the beginning, issues at the beginning, or maybe not issues, but just personnel situations we needed to figure out. And I think we figured those out. And I think the guys are playing with confidence and physical and fast and all that stuff.
So last week, it was you guys were on the road at Cardinal. Great game, but being on the road for last 3 weeks, what did that? I don't know. Does it do anything for your team or not, or is they're just so young? These kids, they don't know they just get on a bus, or what? How do you think about this?
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's different for the coaches. It's different for the players, and we try to get there early, and we try to get these guys ready to go. We talk about where we're playing. Like last week we were on grass. We talked about that a lot, and just try to get them comfortable and they handle it well. We've got an experienced group, so they've been on the road before and they understand what it takes to do those things.
So from a health standpoint, how'd you guys fare? I mean, any bumps and bruises, or you good?
No, we're healthy. We had some sickness go through us this week, so it wasn't the easiest week of practice. But hopefully we're resilient enough to fight through it. We had a couple guys missed this week, but they're veterans, so they'll be okay, I think.
I did want to say, because last time I spoke with you, I don't think I had a chance to talk about because he wasn't on the team, the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Evan? I'm sorry.
Drew.
Yep, sorry.
Drew Rossman.
So you added a kicker, and when I saw him at the at the St. John game playing, I thought, we haven't had this, if ever, in a long time. Talk about your kicker and how that can just open up your possibilities from an offensive standpoint, and what maybe you might be limited or not limited to on fourth down close in.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun story. I mean, it was a Wednesday, I think. He just kind of ran over from soccer practice and made a 40-yard field goal. And I said, Drew and I had been talking about adding him onto the team here, and but it never happened. And then so I said, he goes, hey, Coach P, I want to kick. I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And he dressed up Thursday, his first time ever kicking football. Dressed Thursday for our practice, kicked the ball around. He's making 45-yard field goals with ease. And he's like, I want to play. So we dressed him the next day. Nunzio was our kicker, and he does a lot for us. So he was, and they're good friends, and he was happy to give it up, to be able to take a break. And it's been a weapon for us. I think he's made four field goals maybe so far, and he's kicking extra points well. And first time he kicked was I think it was a 34-yard field goal that he nailed, and it's a weapon. And then if we can kick it in the end zone, I mean, it's huge for us.
When I was at Geneva for that St. John game, I was on the sideline. You guys were busy, but I was off to the side, which, by the way, is an experience all on its own, to actually be on the sideline and not up in the press box watching the game. It was awesome. But I was standing there with a guy from St. John, and he said to me, did he just kick that ball into the end zone?
Yeah.
And I said, I think that's the first time I ever saw that in a high school game, let alone, a Wickliffe game, let alone a high school game, and then he did it again.
Yeah, well, at this level, you don't see it as often. It's the smaller schools. The bigger schools you do, but it's quite a weapon for us, because, you've been around enough. We're always pooching and onside kicking and doing those things just to keep them from returning kicks on us. And so now it's like we're still going to pooch a little bit here and there, but when we get our opportunity to kick in the end zone, we're going to do it.
That's awesome. So let's talk about the game tonight, the Berkshire Badgers. I just had a chance to talk to Coach DeWeese. They, won a close game last week against Trinity, and you guys are probably pretty well matched at 3-1 both. Tell me what you see. What are you thinking, and what can we see tonight?
Yeah, honestly, our offenses are actually pretty similar. They run some wing T stuff. But they throw it around a little bit more than we do, but not, they're still about 70% run. But I know their running back. I see he's dressed number 4. He's been out the last couple of weeks, so he's kind of a difference maker. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, and then defensively, it's a 4-4 defense, and we're gonna do what we do, and I think it's gonna be a pretty fun night.
So from a defensive side, And sometimes I wish Coach Hart could be here when we talk about this, but since that's his side of the ball. But from a defensive side, and you guys watch film together, anything that you like that you see that you guys can probably take it?
Yeah, we there's some tells in their offense that we're going to use, and our guys are prepared for that. But they run a lot of stuff, like a lot of counter stuff, and so we're kind of used to seeing that because that's a lot of the stuff we run. So I think our guys are prepared, and and then in their pass game, we're going to mix it up with coverages a little bit. We've been in man a lot the last few weeks. I don't know if we'll be in man as much this week just because they run the ball more than throw it. But, we'll see what happens. But our guys are ready to go on defense.
Well, as far as the game goes, I think, and I told Coach Deweese I think we're in for a good one tonight, and I can't wait. Coach, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And there you have it.
Here we go, 3.
Both Mark had a chance to talk with both head coaches, and I think we are in for a good matchup tonight as the Blue Devils are hosting the Badgers from Berkshire. And as of right now, the Devils are making their way onto the field.
And now, fans, let's meet the starting defensive unit for your Wickliffe Blue Devils.
And as you can hear in the background, we'll have a starting defense.
Linebacker, a sophomore, number 0, Davion Marlin.
We'll let Scott Tennant introduce it for us.
Back, number 1, Jake Beal. A junior linebacker, number 3, Jimmy Feaster. A junior linebacker, number 4, Ralph Jackson. A senior linebacker wearing number 8, Logan Ruskin. A sophomore linebacker, number 9, Nick Oposki. A senior defensive back, number 11, Nunzio Zivnaska. A senior defensive back, number 20, Jim Wheeler. Along the defensive line for the Blue Devils this evening are a sophomore, number 50, Gio Martinez. A senior, number 55, Andrew Darch. And a senior, number 65, Chris Sather. Wickliffe fans, here are the rest of your Wickliffe Blue Devils.
And we're a couple minutes away from the opening kickoff tonight. And before we get going, I have to give a great shout out because last few weeks I've been very involved in a fun activity called the Ohio Ramble, which is all part of my live stream obsession. And I want to give a shout out to my dear friends from the Blueberry Railroad, Mike Urich and Roberta Urich. They're down at the Mill Creek Central Railroad with a bunch of folks watching and listening down there in Coshocton. And I'll just let you know that Eastwind and I will be making our way down to Coshocton tomorrow to burn some coal and enjoy some great fellowship of the 1/8 scale live steam hobby. By the way, if you're in and around Penitentiary Glen this Sunday from 1 to 3, please stop by because the Lakeshore Live Steamers are the official live steam railroad of the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Well, Mark, it looks like Berkshire's going to have the ball first as the Badgers, they're already out there on the field. And the Devils are heading out there. Drew Rossman, number 10, the kicker. And it looks like going back deep for the Badgers. Number 1, Abram Southern and Chase Wardle. They're both back at about the 10-yard line, and we're just moments away as the Badgers will be going from right to left on your computer screens. 77 degrees, checking Doppler Devil weather. Beautiful night for high school football. Glad to have you with us in the center of the universe. Zip code 44092. So, Mark, are you ready for some football?
Well, we're about to get ready. Yeah, and I've been ready since when we left here 3 weeks ago. Couldn't wait to get back home.
I'm with you. So it's good to be back home, and glad to have all of you with us. Nice crowd on hand, both for Wickliffe and looking across at the visitor stands. Folks that have made their way here from Berkshire, we welcome them to Wickliffe as Rossman has it teed up. And Martin, a high end-over-end kick that's going to go land into the end zone. Landed about the 2-yard line and went into the end zone, and it'll come out for a touchback where Berkshire will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. We're told that Justin Phillips, the senior running back, number 4, we're probably going to be seeing and hearing a lot from him tonight as looking out on the field. And, yep, he's out there as the Badgers come out, and looks like they're already they're ready to get it rolling. They've got one wide to the right side, a couple backs lined up in the slot. Have a man in motion. Handoff goes to number 1, who's got good running room there. That's Abram Southern. He gets out over the 30 to about the 34. That'll be good for a first down.
Nick Oboski was on that. Ralph Jackson was on that, but not before. They were able to come around here to the short side of the field, Frank, and pick up that first down on first down from Abram Southern.
And they're running in a no huddle. The quarterback there is Sam Barsakowski. He's a junior, 6-footer. They operate out of a shotgun. Looks like they've got Phillips in a pistol right behind him. The handoff to him. Tries to go up the middle, and he's going to get maybe a yard. And a host of Blue Devils there led by
Logan Ruskin.
Logan Ruskin right there to bring him down. But nice spot there as they got it out to about the 37-yard line. It'll make it 2nd and 8 for the Badgers. They operate very quickly. Offensive set looks a lot like the Blue Devils. They've got the talented Phillips basically on the right hip pocket of the quarterback. And again, the handoff to him, he tries to get wide right. He does make a couple of moves. He's got forward progress out over the 40 to about the 43, where up for Wickliffe on the tackle there was number 65, Chris Sather. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Badgers. Moving the ball here on their first possession, just underway. Glad to have you with us. As, again, they operate out of the shotgun, no huddle. Barsakowski, the quarterback, in a shotgun formation. The handoff, they give it to Phillips. He gets ahead, and he just enough for the first down.
Boy, and they had him in the back.
Yes, they did, Mark.
Just basically, but he was able to. And as you heard Coach Purcello say, Phillips, he's a difference maker, and he was able to break out of that tackle and get the first down. So 2 yards and good enough for a first down.
Yep, you keep those feet moving, and he did it. And, they have it now, fresh set of downs, ball just outside their own 45 as we're just under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter, no score. Now as they're setting the play, and they've got Phillips now to the left of Barsakowski. Man in motion.
It's Adams.
Snap. The hand back. The play we see the Blue Devils run quite a bit. And they hand it there to number 88, Bradley Wadsworth.
Brady
Wadsworth. And he huge gain there, Mark, as he wide hole, got wide right into Wickliffe territory down to about the 31-yard line. And we've seen that misdirection play run by Wickliffe many times.
And that O-line of the Badgers, junior and senior leadership over there. Number 17 on that side, Dason Marker. Also number 62, Caleb Corbett as well on that side of the ball.
And again, a handoff to this time the Devils were waiting, and they got Phillips in the backfield back at about the 33-yard line as he was trying to push it wide right. And
Andrew Darch and Gio Martinez were able to bring him down behind the line there, Frank.
So thus far they've kept the ball on the ground. They've got Southern in the slot to the left, and they split Luke Stute wide to the left. So we'll see. They're still operating out of that same formation. So with 2nd and long, we'll see if they go to the air. It looks like he's going to throw. He's got pressure, left-handed quarterback, and
that was caught.
They did complete it. And as Wadsworth was able to corral it
You know what? I got to tell you that whoever was playing back then could have intercepted that ball. But it just seems like whoever it was thought they maybe they're going to get an interference call, but he had just as much right to that ball as the receiver did. I thought that was a pick.
So, but it sets up Berkshire with 1st and 10 in deep in Wickliffe territory. They're inside the red zone at the 16. As they're thus far this first possession, they're moving it with ease. Barsakowski looking to throws under pressure. He sets, he fires into the end zone for no. Are they going to call that a touchdown? He caught it.
He did it first, but now the ref's going over to the other ref.
Abram Southern caught it, and now they're going to look because that ball popped out rather quickly. Well, Mark,
they said he had it.
They said he had it, so I didn't. That sure looked like he didn't have it long enough, like what they call make a football move. But it is a touchdown. It's a 16-yard touchdown pass. Is now in to try the point after. It's bobbled, and Barsakowski looking to throw. He sets. He fires into the end zone, and they complete.
A busted
play on the point after as the kicker Roman Persic was not able to get it, but Barsakowski gets it into the end zone where it was pulled in as Berkshire is able to, instead of ending up with a point after by way of a placement, they end up with a 2-point conversion, and with 8:02 to go here in the first quarter, the Badgers strike first, and it's Berkshire 8 and the Blue Devils waiting to have their first possession.
Sorry, folks, on the camera work here. We will be much better.
So the Devils will be sending deep. They generally have 3 deep backs. Jimmy Feaster.
Number 34, Roman Persic, set to kick off for Berkshire. Back deep for Wickliffe, Jimmy Feaster,
Logan Ruskin and Zivnaska are back inside their own 10. So we've got a line drive kick that's going to come down, get picked up there by Ruskin. He's across the 25, where a host of Badgers are going to bring him down.
Number 8, Logan Ruskin on the kick return for Wickliffe.
As looks like they're going to spot it just outside the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils on their first possession here on a beautiful Friday night. Game number 5 as the Devils are coming into this one with a record of 3 wins and 1 loss. Same ledger that the Badgers have. And the Devils break the huddle. Quarterback in shotgun formation. Frankie Buchar basically gives a handoff right up the middle and basically going almost nowhere. As Jackson was the ball carrier, and
boy, 66, Mike White, the guy that made the tackle, the kid that made the tackle, 6'3", 230.
He's a big one.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. So it'll be 2nd and 10 Wickliffe. Ball at their 26. They send Beal wide to the left. Put him in motion. Zivnaska trying to get wide to the left and pursued there by the Badgers. Maybe a yard on that one, as good outside pursuit there by the Badgers. It looked like
short gain on the play.
Mike White again in on that tackle. We're going to set up another. They've marked it no gain, so we'll see what the Devils do here. 3rd and 10 on their first possession. This time they send Wheeler wide to the right side. Frankie now looking over to the sideline, see if they're going to change the play. Ralph Jackson motioned over to the right side. Buchar looking to throw. Under pressure. He fires, incomplete, looking for Zivnaska at about the 40, and there was good pressure there by
Justin Phillips, number 4.
By Phillips.
And he knocked Frankie down.
Yep. So the Devils will go 3 and out and bring on a punting situation with 6:23 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 Berkshire. So Luke Studi and number 22 Oliver Miller are going to be back in double safeties. They're standing back at about their 45-yard line. And on to punt for the Blue Devils is Logan Ruskin, and he's standing back at about his 11-yard line. So snap is back. End-over-end kick's going to come down. It's going to get picked up there by Studi. He's crossed the 50, inside the 40, and he's run out of bounds in Wickliffe territory at about the 39-yard line. So the Badgers are going to start their second possession in excellent field position here, Mark, as they're going to have it 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 39-yard line. Not an auspicious start here for our Blue Devils.
Not a great start at all. And I'll tell you what, there might be a slight bit of panic here if they make their way into the end zone with this one. Or at least for me.
Oliver Miller making his way back out onto the field. He's now in the backfield, just behind, like in a pistol situation, behind Barsakowski, the left-handed quarterback, who had a 16-yard touchdown pass on their first possession. He set up wide, the misdirection back, this time Wadsworth, and that same play, Mark, they ran it to the other side. They got inside the 35 down to about the 34, where Ralph Jackson brought him down, but not before the Badgers were able to collect 5 yards.
Gain of about 5 yards on the play, 2nd down and 5.
Badgers substituting where Paul Brent now is in and split wide to the left side, and they're sending Chase Wardle wide to the right side, and in the slot is Abram Southern. Again, they have Wadsworth in motion. Handoff to number 27. That's Aiden Weiser.
27, Aiden Weiser, the ball carrier.
And he gets ahead down to about the Wickliffe 32-yard line. As they're on the tackle for Wickliffe. Look like Jim Wheeler there for the Blue Devils. Brings up a 3rd and about 3 for Berkshire. It's pretty much 4-down territory as Wadsworth goes into motion to the left side. And now Barsakowski looking over to the sideline. Probably they're signaling into a different play. Weiser still in the backfield. Now he's to the right side of the quarterback. Barsakowski looks, he fires, he completes to Wadsworth. He's got the 1st down inside the 20, run out of bounds as they're going to have a 1st down at about the Wickliffe 18. And Mark, he was wide open once again.
Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what, he is a heck of a receiver and a football player. Brady Wadsworth, already a junior tight end, 5'9", 178, but I think he's a little bit bigger than that.
So the Badgers have it going on once again, as with 4:45 to go in the first quarter. They're inside the red zone at the 18. They give it to Weiser, who's going to get bottled up by the Blue Devils after a gain of maybe 1.
Weiser, the ball carrier.
And
Tackle made by number 0, Davion Marlin.
As for the Davion Marlin for the Blue Devils was there to wrap him up. A gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. And the Badgers are just kind of making their, it's almost like they're just making their way down the field as Barsakowski, the left-handed quarterback, now redirects Weiser, who's in the backfield. He moves him over to the left side. They set up almost like in the wing T. Wadsworth in motion. Oh, we got a lot of movement. They finally threw a flag. Wadsworth was marked. He was down inside the 10-yard line, and now they finally indicate illegal procedure on Berkshire, and they'll back him up 5 yards. And that's one where the center probably was thinking the snap was on one count, and everyone else was thinking it was somewhere else. So that'll move it back to. It'll be 2nd and 15. The ball is back to the Wickliffe 23-yard line. And now the only one in the backfield is Barsakowski. Looks over to the sideline along with his teammates. And I've noticed in this series, talented Phillips is not in the game. You wonder, are they just Barsikowski going to keep it himself as he tries to go over right tackle. Gets down to about the 20, maybe the 19, where Zivnosky was able to bring him down. So it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Badgers. Clock running, about 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 Berkshire, and they're on the move once again. Berkshire coming in after a significant victory last week against Trinity.
Well, gives it a chance to hold them here, hopefully.
Devils showing like probably that they're going to bring pressure, figuring that they're going to put the ball up in the air. Barsikowski looking to throw. He sets, he fires. He hits Wadsworth at about the 3, who gets in for the touchdown as he was able to get past Logan Ruskin. And, Mark, they made that one look easy.
Really easy. I mean, it's like they're pitching catching here. You know, they saw film last week, and they did throw the ball a good bit last week. I'm talking about Berkshire did against Trinity.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't. I thought he got in there. I apologize.
Oh, me too. I thought he was in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the Wickliffe 1. This time they handed it to Phillips, who got in this time now for a 1-yard touchdown run, as the Badgers now do get into the end zone with 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. As now on to try the point after is Roman Persic. And it'll be out of the hold of Barsikowski. Snap is back. Once again, it's bounced. And Barsikowski throws it into the end zone. Incomplete. So the point after is no good, which now makes the score Berkshire 14 and the Blue Devils nothing with 2:21 to go here in the first quarter. Mark, it's almost like the Blue Devils look like they're asleep. You know, I mean,
they're at half speed.
Yeah, it looks like they're at half speed.
Of what they are than the Badgers.
Well, let's see, you know, maybe they've made some adjustments here as the Wickliffe will have their second possession here.
The presenting sponsor of the Chagrin Valley Conference is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery.
So teeing it up for the Badgers at the 40-yard line is their place kicker, who is Roman Persic. He's a junior, 5'9", 158 pounds. And back deep for the Blue Devils is Feaster, Zivnoska, and Ruskin. This time we get almost like a squib kick that's going to come down, get picked up by Ruskin at the 25. He's crossed the 30. He's going to be met by a host of Badgers out at about the 33-yard line.
Number 8, Logan Ruskin, again on the kick return for
We've got one official marking it at the 30, but Mark, he easily made the 33. Not sure how they're...
Along with number 33, Jackson Miller.
But apparently they are going to mark it at the 31-yard line. So the Devils will start their second offensive series at their own 31. And we'll see if they can dial up some magic, because their first go around it was 3 and out, and Berkshire was able to take the punt and get it down to about the Wickliffe 38-yard line, and half dozen plays later they were back in the end zone. So this time they're in their traditional wing tee. There's a handoff to Jackson. He's getting ahead across the 35. Oh, was tripped up there by Wadsworth. He had a nice hole, got ahead across the 35. And if he didn't trip him up, who knows how far he would have gotten. But good yardage there for the Blue Devils. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 36. Clock running just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Beautiful.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Mark.
And Ralph looked like he was running full speed.
Yes, he was running full tilt. Snap is back. This time, Frankie's going to keep it himself. He's going to get ahead as he gets over right guard out to just about the 39-yard line, where Southern was able to bring him down there. It'll set up 3rd and 2. Devils have to get to the 41 to get a first down. This time it looks like he's got Jackson lined up in the shotgun and a pistol formation right behind Buchar. Looks like he's trying to get him to jump as he's changing his cadence. Snap back on the misdirection back. Oh, and it went nowhere as they Ruskin on the misdirection, and again in there on the tackle is Wadsworth, who's doing a lot for them on both offensively and defensively. So loss of 2 on that play is going to put the Devils back in the punt formation. Is back deep is Studi and Southern. Snap is back, high end over end, high spiraling kick. It's fielded back at about the 27, where brought down. There was Oliver Miller on the punt return, as Feaster brings him down at about I think they're going to spot it at the Berkshire 36-yard line. So with about 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter, this will be the 3rd possession for the Badgers. See if the Devils are able to make some defensive adjustments. Oh, we've got a penalty flag. We've got a face mask, personal foul on Wickliffe on the return. So that's going to take it out and put the ball into Wickliffe territory at the Wickliffe 49-yard line.
Wow.
Man,
that
Mark,
really hurt.
That does hurt. And when he went down, it almost looked like a horse collar, but I guess they grabbed him by the face mask. So the Badgers have it 1st and 10 in Wickliffe territory. And now back in the backfield once again is Justin Phillips, the tailback who's lining up almost in the pistol formation behind the quarterback Barsakowski. Wadsworth goes in motion. They hand it, they give it to Phillips. He's moving ahead over right tackle and gets down almost to the 45-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So after 1 quarter of play here at Memorial Field in Wickliffe, it's the Badgers of Berkshire on top by a score of 14-0. And Mark, the Devils are going to have to put some coal into that fire, as if, build up some pressure in that boiler to get it going.
They're going to really, really have to do a little bit better job on the line of scrimmage. You can see usually when they tend to not play as well, it's those guys up front. And then we heard Coach DeWeese during the pregame talk about every one of those linemen is either a junior or a senior, and they're all captains.
Wow.
So they certainly lead by example, and they're doing that this evening. But the Wickliffe defense has to do a little bit more. Hopefully Coach Sharp can dial up some magic here and stop this Badger drive.
Before we get rolling here in the second quarter, I want to give a shout out to a dear friend out in Olmsted Township, Steve Tomko. Steve and Donna clicking in, big Blue Devil fans. I'm sure on my way home I'll hear from Steve. He always has great analysis of the game, of what's happening, and things of that nature. So, Steve, Donna, great to have you with us tonight.
I miss Steve.
Yeah, we got to get him up here in the booth. 2nd and 6 from the Blue Devil 45. They've got man in motion. They give it to number 1, which is Southern. And he gets, Mark, not like he's moving that fast, but he was able to get inside the 40. He's got the first down where he got down to about the Wickliffe 36-yard line.
Well, I mean, you've got the likes of number 62, Caleb Corbett on that right side for the Badgers, and they're just standing their guys right up and just kind of having their way with the Blue Devils at this point.
So Barsakowski in the shotgun. He's waits. He's looking to throw. He fires. He's got a completion. He gets it to number 17, which is Desan Marker. And that's a first down. And Mark, I think the only incompletion he's thrown was on the point after, but their guys have been wide open. As it's 1st and 10 Badgers at the Wickliffe 23.5. And again, Barsakowski looks like he's going to keep it. He's on trying to get wide to the left side, gets inside the 20 down to about the 19, where Jackson was there to bring him down. And Mark Jackson looked like he was coming up into the backfield, where I thought he was going to get him for a loss, but it's almost like he was waiting, as compared to pursuing, the quarterback. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. No, I'm sorry, 2nd and 6. Ball at the 23-yard line. Snap, they give it to Phillips, who's right up the middle. He's got the first down and more. He's inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line.
And we have the Fox 8 people overhead.
Well, and the Badgers on their 3rd possession, once again, it's almost like the Blue Devils look like they're soft butter, and the Badgers are just like slicing right through at will thus far. Snap on a misdirection back. Wadsworth, again, they met him at the line of scrimmage, but he got ahead.
They're just not wrapping up.
Right, they're not wrapping
up. They put their hands
up.
on him, and that's it.
And
all they do.
Brady was able to get down to about the 6-yard line. They can get a first down at about the 3. It'll be 2nd and 2. As about 10 minutes to go here in the half. 14-0 Berkshire, and they're looking for more. Handoff Phillips, and there we go. Finally, the Blue Devils, where Logan Ruskin got him at the almost at the line of scrimmage, where they brought Phillips down at about the 5. And Mark, I think that was it. They wrapped him up and they were able to get him down. It was a gain of 1, so it'll be 3rd and 1, and definitely 4-down territory. I hate to say this, but just the vibe looking at the Blue Devils, it doesn't have that energized vibe. Now Barsakowski under center. They give it to Phillips, who powers his way over left guard into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
Wow.
That was not good.
So with 9:13 to go here in the first half, Persich is on to try the point after. Barsakowski is the holder. They've had trouble with the snap. And this time a good snap. The kick is up and right down the middle, and it is good. So that pushes the lead. Berkshire 21. The Blue Devils have 21-0. And Mark, I would have not given the way Berkshire's played, given the way the Devils have played, this is not what I've anticipated.
Well, that's right. And the Blue Devils have not even had a first down yet.
Right. No, you're right.
I'm guessing Berkshire's got to be up around 7 or 8 or 9 first downs already. 21 points. Everything seems to be clicking for them on offense and as well as defense.
You're right.
It's speed. Their speed this evening is just much, much quicker than the Devils.
So heading back into back inside the 10, we've got Nidzo Zivnaska, Logan Ruskin, and Jimmy Feaster. As Persich, number 34, has it teed up at the 40-yard line. 9:13 to go here in the first half. Gets a little bit like a pooch kick, where for the Devils, catching it on the fly was Jake Beal. and he gets out over the 40-yard line. So
Berkshire tackle made by number 33, Jackson Miller.
So Jackson Miller brings him down for Berkshire, and this will be the Blue Devils' best starting position, which will be their third possession. And hopefully we'll see if the Devils are able to get something going here, because they find themselves in a pretty significant hole, 21-0. Actually, Berkshire's already scored more points than they put up on the board last week against Trinity. Devils send Jake Beal wide to the left side as, wow, nowhere to go. It looks like, I think that was Jackson as, oh, I take that back. It was Feaster as a host, and I mean a host. Probably 4 or 5 Badgers were there to wrap him up. No gain on that play.
And most of those guys, probably their offensive linemen as well. I think both teams actually just kind of switch positions for the most part.
Well, thus far, Mark, as you said, their line they've won the battle of the line of scrimmage, both on offense and defense. Clock running under 8.5 to go here in the first half. As Frankie's looking to throw, he sets, he fires. Little deep as he was looking there for Nunzio Zivnaska. As back there deep on the coverage was Oliver Miller, who Frankie was able to get the ball over his head, but just a little bit too much on it, where Zivnaska was not able to pull it in. Had he been able to pull it in, he'd have been gone. But that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Blue Devils. As Mark said, thus far, the Devils have yet to chalk up a first down. We'll see if they can dial something up here. Frankie looking to throw. He's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked back at about the 35-yard line.
The second Frankie got the ball, he had to tuck and run.
Right. There were 2 Badgers already in the backfield. Wow.
And still without a first down.
Well, heading back into double safeties for the Badgers is Luke Studi and Oliver Miller. They're back at about their 30.
Again, kicking to Luke Studi and Oliver Miller.
As snap is back, no rush, high end over end kick. It's going to bounce, take a, it took a Wickliffe bounce, and why Davian Marlin downed it there at the 32-yard line. He should have just let that ball roll and try to pin him deeper, but such is the case. And with 7:28 to go here in the first half, 21-0 Berkshire. We'll see what the Badgers will be doing here on their 4th possession, as the first 3 times they've had the ball, they've basically carved their way downfield into the end zone, as they've been able to strike pay dirt each time. Set up in a more spread formation this time. They've got Phillips in the backfield there with Barsakowski. They hand it to Phillips right up the middle. This time he's met by some Blue Devils. There's a lot of pushing, and I think they're going to finally whistle it dead at about the 36-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 4 on that play. As I think leading the charge there for the Devils was number 55, Andrew Darch. Just under 7 to go here in the first half. Badgers operate out of a no-huddle shotgun formation. They're spread wide on the left and right side. They've got a guy in the slot on the left. And the handoff to Wadsworth. He's wide left. He's got first down and more. And he's still on his feet across the 50. Finally brought down by Jake Beal in Wickliffe territory at about the Wickliffe 47-48. And Mark, they're just moving people off the ball. I mean,
every play. Even the last play where they got him at the line of scrimmage, they were still able to push him
right.
another
They pushed
3 or
ahead
4 yards.
for 4 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 48-yard line. Barsakowski has the lone running back to his left. Wadsworth goes in motion to the left. Is reset. A delay back to Phillips. He pushes ahead. It looks like he got inside the Wickliffe 45 to about the 44-yard line. And once again, on first down, they're able to get good yardage, a gain of about 4 on that play.
Nunzio was able to come around the left part of their line and was able to grab Phillips by the jersey and was able to stop him, and then he had help from his teammates. Otherwise, he might have gotten a little bit further.
I think you're right there, buddy. This time, Barsakowski alone in the backfield. He's got a man in motion. He's looking to throw. He's got time. He sets it. In and out of the hands of, just what the Devils would have needed. Logan Ruskin had the interception, and I think what happened was Ralph Jackson ran into him, and he dropped it. And that's the first incompleted pass by Barsakowski tonight.
Other than the
missed, point after,
yeah.
Right.
But that was a busted play.
Right. So it'll be 3rd and 6 at the Wickliffe 44-yard line. You got to figure the way they're moving the ball. If they don't convert here, they're probably going for it.
They're going.
Got a man in motion. Barsakowski looking to throw. He throws a little swing pass. He completes it, and it's finally brought down. There was Oliver Miller, and I think he's going to be just. He's going to. He's right at about the first down marker, and Mark, he tossed it out there, and there was no one within 5 yards of him. No one. So we're just waiting on the spot here if it's.
And that was a nice throw, too, because that is a hard, actually, throw to make when that back is coming out and kind of swinging around and the quarterback is on the move and trying to hit him in stride and was able to do that.
The ball is within a yard, so it's 4th and 1. You got to figure Barsakowski's up under center. I'm guessing he's going to take it and just go forward. Nope. They hand it to number 27, Weiser, who goes over right guard. He's got the first down as he gets down to about the Wickliffe 36. So it'll be a new set of downs for the Badgers. We're just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Fast-moving game because even though the Badgers have put the ball up in the air, they've completed a lot of passes. So there's not been many plays that have stopped the clock. As Berkshire's been on the move every time they've had the ball. This time they're Barsakowski under center. 2 backs in the backfield. They give it to Phillips as he goes over left guard. He gets ahead for maybe 2-3 yards. As in there for the tackle for the Blue Devils was Jade Steely. First time we've called his name this season. Not after a gain of 3 on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Now they're back into the shotgun formation. Phillips is to the left of the quarterback. Now he moves to the right side. The snap is back. Barsakowski looking to throw. He sets. And in and out of the.
That would have been a pick 6.
Mark, they need Stickum because, wow. As Wheeler for Wickliffe had the ball in his breadbasket. And Mark, I think you're right. He'd have been gone. And that's just what the Devils needed. On this drive alone, they've had the opportunity to pick them off twice, and they were not able to make it happen. So it'll be 3rd and 7 from the Wickliffe 33-yard line. Barsakowski rolling to his left. He fires. He completes it. First down, Wadsworth. He's finally run out of bounds inside the 20.
Unbelievable.
And Mark wide open. I mean, just no one within 3 yards of the receiver. Beal was there to knock him out, but not until he got inside the 20 down to about the, well, they've got it marked. It's not the 13th, it's like at the 8th. Yeah, it's at the 18-yard line. So at the rate we're going, we're 3:42 to go here in the first half. Badgers looking for more. They give it to Phillips. He's on his feet, breaking tackles inside the 15, down to about the 13, so a gain of about 5 on that one. Dancing there between the center and the right guard. Mark, it's almost like watching 2 different football teams here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. I'm thinking that, with those missed interceptions, it's hard to get those out of your mind, but you've got to, in 30 seconds, you've got another play to run.
That's right. You got to make it happen.
It might be in their heads.
Barsakowski on a delay back to, wow. They hand it off to the talented Phillips, who basically goes over left guard and gets into the end zone for the Berkshire touchdown. And this one,
the route may be on, my friend.
Yeah, with 2:56 to go in the half, Persich, the place kicker, is on to try the point after.
The 34 Roman Persic back on to attempt the extra point.
Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Making your score, Berkshire 28.
So with 2:56 to go, it's the Badgers of Berkshire 28 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils nothing. And when we say nothing, folks, it's been nothing. You know who we are, Mark. The Devils are 2 minutes and 56 seconds away from getting shut out with regard to first downs. I mean, that's just how one-sided this one's been.
And they did they cross the 50? I'm not sure they were close, but I don't think maybe they crossed the 50. But
Mark, I think you're right.
So, I mean, they didn't even cross the 50. They've given up lots of points, have not made one first down, and they've showed a little promise on a couple of plays. That quick hitter to Nunzio by Frankie would have definitely done something.
Yep.
On the defensive side of the ball, they had a pick six.
So Persich has it teed up. High end over end kick. It's going to go back and into the end zone on the fly, which will be an automatic touchback as it is in high school football here in Ohio. And the Blue Devils will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So, you know, Mark, sometimes you get a game like this where it's just been all one-sided. Sometimes you got to really dig deep into your bag of tricks.
You got to do something. You almost
right.
want to go do-over.
Well,
can we start this again?
Trick play, something that you haven't done, something you haven't shown. You know, you got to something. They've got to do something, and they've got 2 minutes and 56 seconds to do it here now. Bucar's up under center, and they give it a handoff to Jackson, who's ahead for across the 30 to about the 32 mark.
And the first down.
And the first down for the Wickliffe Blue Devils as they got out over left guard, and Jackson was able to get ahead. They're winding the clock. Southern was there on the tackle, and now they're operating out under the. And once again, looks like I think Feaster this time. Ralph Jackson over right guard. He gets ahead, gain of about 3, maybe 4.
You know, he had a good game last week,
Yep.
and I would feed him as many times as you can. It looks like Ralph's the only one that's being able to do anything against this Badger defense.
Frankie now, the Devils now showing where their whole offense now is up under center. And Frankie keeps it himself, goes straight ahead over the 40. You know, Mark, this is one of those things that, it eats at your pride. So it's where you got to get ticked off and just say, you know what, we're down 28. It's one possession at a time. Let's just go out there and do something. So it's 3rd and 3. Wickliffe at their own 40-yard line. They got to get to the 43 for a first down. Haven't used any of their timeouts. Clock's running. 1:42. Again, there looks like good second effort there by Jackson. Gets ahead for the first down, and I think Coach is going to take a timeout here. Yes, we have a timeout taken by the Blue Devils. where Wickliffe has it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line, 135 to go in the first half.
It'd be nice if they can get something together, even if they were just maybe even to get a Rossman field goal, because they get the ball coming out in the second half. If they can double dip here, that would be great, and it definitely would put them back in the game, especially from a mental mental standpoint.
Without question. By the way, I don't know that I'd want to be in that locker room at halftime. I have a feeling that there's going to be some,
fire and brimstone.
Yeah. When Eastwind gets ticked off, Mark, the safety valves go off. Safety valves will be going off at halftime. Man. Devils still on the sideline there. Coach Purcello. Passing along instruction as we'll see what happens here as they come back out onto the field. 1st and 10. They're at their own 45. They're total different offensive set now. Frankie's been up under center the whole time. He's looking to throw. He sets. He's looking long. Oh, whoa, where's the flag? Where is that's face guarding. That's face guarding. It was intended for Jake Beal. The cornerback never turned around to face the ball. That's face guarding. Wow. Well, Mark, if it wasn't for bad luck, the Devils would have no luck at all tonight. Wow.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was gonna.
That should have definitely been a flag.
And the ref was right.
He was right there. Right there.
I'd like to know why.
Frankie back looking to throw. He's to the left. He's under pursuit and hit out of bounds at about the 47, gain of maybe 2. Wadsworth was there on the stop. And Justin Phillips. Man. Well, folks, some year they'll probably bring replay into high school football, and believe me, that one would have been, a flag would have come out on that long pass because he definitely was face guarded, and how they didn't throw a flag is beyond me. 1:25 to go in the half. Frankie's in the shotgun, rolling to his right. He's got some pressure on him. He sets, he fires, and it's going to land incomplete as he was looking there for Jake Beal. And good pursuit there on the defensive side there for Berkshire from number 62, Caleb Corbett.
He's had actually a really, really good game. He's a heck of a right guard as well, watching him play this evening.
So this will set up 4th and 8 for Wickliffe. Ruskin will be in to punt. We've got a timeout being taken by Wickliffe. 1:19 to go here in the first half.
Blue Devils timeout.
And when we get back at it,
Chagrin Valley Conference wishes
wow.
to thank the Cleveland Browns for their generous and outstanding support and sponsorship of the conference's youth rookie tackle and flag
at halftime,
program.
which is our tradition, Mark and I will step aside. You'll be able to enjoy the performance at halftime by the Badger Marching Band as well as the Wickliffe Blue Devils Swing Band. And then afterwards, we'll hopefully see some positive activity from the locals. Mark, the whole first half here is probably going to be done in under an hour.
Right.
So Ruskin will be back in punt formation, back inside his 35, and it looks like Badgers are expecting something because they're only sending back Oliver Miller as a single safety, back at about his 25. Snap is back. Ruskin has it. No rush from Berkshire at all. None whatsoever as the ball comes down, rolls down to about the Devils let it roll, and they're going to down it just outside the Berkshire 20. Now, once again, the ball was practically laying on the 20-yard line, but they're going to spot it at the 21. Well, it'll be 1st and 10. Berkshire ball just shy of the 21. So we'll see what happens here as the Badgers now have a minute 6 and all 3 of their timeouts available to them. And thus far, the left-handed quarterback Barsikowski has, when he's gone to the air, he's been more on the mark than not. So we'll see what happens here in this last minute and 6 seconds as the Badgers send 2 wide to the left side, 1 wide to the right. They've got a couple wing backs in the backfield. Barsikowski roll into his left. He sets, he fires, he completes it as finally brought down there.
And they call a timeout, or they just stop the clock real quick to move the sticks.
Was no, I don't. Oh, they did get the first down. Wow. Southern there on the reception was able to get ahead as we're under a minute. Barsikowski looking to throw. He sets. He fires. He gets it to Southern, who's run out of bounds at the Berkshire 36-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 38 seconds to go here in the half. So gain of about 5, where Zivnoska was over there to knock him out of bounds. But once again, their receivers are open. This time they set up all 3 wideouts to the left side. No one is wide to the right. Barsikowski looks, he fires. It's like a flanker screen as, get it to Wadsworth. He gets out over the 50 into Wickliffe territory. Oh, I'm sorry, it was number 84. I thought it was 88. So clock is running under 30 seconds. And now it looks like the Badgers are going to take time with 28 seconds to go. And Mark, even with just a minute to go, they're moving. They're moving at will.
28 seconds now, and they still have 2 timeouts left after this.
Right. Yeah, I would not have foretold that it was going to play out this way. I was figuring it would be like a tight defensive game, or like a track meet, where they're both up and down the field. Well, for the Badgers, they've been up and down the field. 28 seconds to go yet here in the first half. The Devils find themselves in a 28-point deficit.
Wickliffe and your Blue Devils will be back in action 1 week from tomorrow, Saturday, September 28th, as they travel to Cuyahoga Heights to take on the Trinity Trojans. That one set for a 1 p.m. kickoff Saturday, September 28th.
So the Badgers are back from their timeout. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 47-yard line. This time they swing a wide out to the right side, back in the slot, 1 wide to the left side. Barsikowski roll into his right, looking, fires, completes it. He's got a first down to Wadsworth, down to the Wickliffe 31-yard line. Clock will stop while they reset the chains. You have to figure, and
they took a timeout.
And they did. The Badgers have taken a timeout, 24 seconds to go. And Mark,
they want points here. They're not. I thought they were just going to sit on it and go to the locker room. Nope.
Wow. We haven't seen a barn burner like this in a while.
Wow. Yeah, just had no idea. I just thought it was going to be a really tight game or a really wide open game, but on both sides of the ball.
Right. I'm with you.
And anybody tuning in and watching going, well, Mark and Frank, why would you think that? But I'm telling you, the team has looked good these first 4 weeks. This definitely, and maybe the sickness this week that the team had to experience might still have something to do with it. Don't want to make excuses, but I mean, talking about how lopsided, one-sided, I should say, this game has been.
So 1st and 10 for the Badgers. They're at the Wickliffe 31-yard line. Barsikowski still in that shotgun. He's looking to throw. He sets. He's looking long. And broken up down there inside the 10-yard line. A couple of Devils back there.
Jade Straley was back there and actually was the one that knocked that away.
as he was looking for Southern.
And Beal was back there with him, so 2 Wickliffe defenders.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Badgers. And Mark, the other thing is, Barsakowski's had all night to throw the ball. It's like he just kind of meandered over to the left, was looking to checking his field, and
well, I mean, he's rolling to his left darn near every time he's throwing the ball. You need to get some help over there.
We're down to 17 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Snap is back. He's rolling to his left. Got time. He sets. He's looking long. And he overthrows number 3, which is Studi.
Looking for number 3, Luke Studi. 3rd down and 10.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. And looking for him deep there in the end zone. Back there in coverage for the Blue Devils. Looked like was Zivnaska and Jackson. We're down to 10 seconds to go. No one in the backfield there with Barsakowski's. They're loading up on the left side of the field they've got 2 wideouts and a slot back. Again, he's rolling to his left, looking, he's got time, he sets, he fires, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. So with 3 seconds to go, you got to figure if they don't try a long field goal, they're probably just going to try to throw it in the end zone and see what they can pull off here as this first half is hopefully mercifully going to come to an end as the Devils find themselves in a deep hole, 28-0 here on a beautiful Friday night from Wickliffe Memorial Field.
Moving the ball over here.
Mark, even the new PA system isn't helping them.
It sounds nice, though. You can really hear the PA announcer very well.
Well, Mark, looks like they're going to try a nice long field goal here of about a 48-yard field goal. Persich, the kicker, and he's got the wind at his back. Snap is down, the kick is up, it's long, and it's good.
Wow.
48-yard field goal.
That's the longest field goal I've ever witnessed in a high school game.
48-yard field goal by Roman Persich.
Have you ever seen one that far in high
Mark,
school?
Not in a game. I saw Kenny Walker when he played for Wickliffe hit from 50 during pregame, but not in the game. So, and that, I mean, it just made it over the crossbar, but he did it. So after one half of football here in Wickliffe, and Mark, you know, that makes it 31-0, which means we'll start the second half with the mercy clock.
With the running clock, right?
So hopefully you'll be willing to enjoy halftime entertainment as the Berkshire Marching Band is about to take the field, followed by the Wickliffe Blue Devil Swing Band. And Mark and I will be back with you to start the second half here from Wickliffe Memorial Stadium.
Hello, Blue Devils, and welcome to the 2024 halftime performance of the Berkshire Marching Badgers. The band is led on the field by student cohort commander Austin Berger and is under the direction of Mr. Manhattan, handsome assistant Mr. Sean Epler, and band track coach Jenny Hutt. Tonight we are bringing you a little bit of the 80s, the 90s, and even the 2000s with our decade show. You will be twirling your little Devil mustache along with 3 genre-defining songs. marching badges. Ever wonder what our high schoolers are dreaming about? Me neither. But no Dream halftime show would be complete without a song featuring the marvelous Badgerettes and their famous kick line. Just wait until you see their routine. Very demure, very mindful. Wave your devil pitchforks with us to Katy Perry's Teenage Dream. From teenage dreaming to teenage screaming, let's take a step back to 90s punk rock. There were many offspring of the 90s, including director Mr. Matt Hatzel, but there was only one, the offspring of the 90s. Punk enough to make even Beelzebub blush, it's Self-Esteem by The Offspring, featuring Majorette Vera Smith. you to our amazing fans who came on to cheer us on tonight. Thank you to the Wickliffe High School Varsity Blue Devils for hosting us tonight. We wish them luck on the rest of their season. And as always, go Badgers!
Ladies and gentlemen, Wickliffe Upper School is proud to present, under the direction of Mr. Evan Slomovitz, percussion instructor Mr. Noah Garrison, and bluegrass advisor Mr. Michael Picciano. It's the often imitated but never yet duplicated Wickliffe Blue Devils Swing Band. And now, the 2024 drum major, Evan Prisoner. Most of our band members were toddlers when this next tune was released, but it remains one of Katy Perry's most enduring and best-loved tunes. From 2010, here's her self-empowerment anthem, Firework. Well, go ahead and put another dime in the jukebox ahead of the swing band's next routine. Popularized by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, this is I Love Rock and Roll. To its sponsors this season. At the Platinum level, our halftime show title sponsor, Call of the Wild Fund. And at the Gold level, D. Donato Tech Service Incorporated. Thank you for your very generous support of the Wickliffe Swing Band. The band closes its show this evening with one of the most aptly titled pop songs of the last 20 years. It's hard not to feel happy as you listen to our version of Pharrell Williams' Happy. Gentlemen, the Wickliffe Swing Band thanks you for your very kind attention this evening. Good luck to both bands and both teams throughout the rest of the season. And as always, go Devils!
Well, we're back here, about ready to get things started here in the second half after a nice halftime performance by both high school bands. And you know, Mark, I hope that isn't the only time we hear the Wickliffe fight song.
Right.
Because normally we hear the fight song after they score, and if you're just clicking in, the Devils now playing for pride, as it's been, let's say, a first half to forget, as they'll have the ball first to start the second half, as they find themselves in a hole by a score of 31-0.
So for maybe some of the people who are clicking in, when the score in a high school football game goes 30 points or more by one team, what will happen is we're going to start this half with the running clock. And the running clock is the clock will never stop when on an incomplete pass. It won't stop on anybody going out of bounds. It'll only stop on an official timeout, a team timeout, or an injury.
And I think they do stop it for change of possession.
We'll see. But it's pretty much a running clock, and this will be a quick third quarter, especially if the Blue Devils maybe can't do anything with this first possession. But first things first, Blue Devils get the ball when they kick it off. So I had a chance to run into some people from class of 1975, the different classes, folks I hadn't seen in a while. We have a good crowd tonight. It's always great to run into folks you hadn't seen in a while, like Tony Serenita. Saw him this evening.
Yeah, you know,
hadn't seen him in probably 50 years.
Classmate of mine from the class of 74, Tony, come on up to the press box to say hello. Wanted to.
And he looks the same.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he looks the same. It's like I could pick him out of a lineup.
He wanted to recap the 50th high school reunion that my class had a couple months ago, which was a tremendous evening at Lavera Party Center, and then we did a tour of the new campus here at Wickliffe, and then the all 70s reunion. Then the following morning, which was on a Sunday, we did a wonderful bagels and coffee breakfast at Chapin Forest. Just a tremendous weekend, and a lot of folks came in from out of town to attend that. So any of my classmates from 74, tip of the devil's tail to you, as thank you for sticking around here on what's been a rather challenged evening here for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. Maybe that's it, Mark. We haven't referred to them as the Wickliffe Blue Devils.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Touchdown right at the
well,
kickoff.
You know, I mean, as crazy as it might sound, you know, if one team can run off 31 points in one half, you know, who knows what, you know, like I said, I don't know that I would have wanted to have been in the Wickliffe locker room this last 20 minutes, but crazier things have happened. So the Devils will have it first here in the second half as they send back deep number 3 Jimmy Feaster, Ruskin, and Zivnaska, as the place kicker Persich, who nailed a 48-yard field goal to end the first half, will be kicking off. That's definitely got to be a highlight, not only for him, but for, you know, Berkshire High School and all involved. And again, a high end over end kick. It's going to come down. Feaster's got it about the 12-yard line across the 20, 25. He's still on his feet. He's got, he finally gets out over the 40-yard line. Great return where finally it looks like number 33 for Berkshire was able to bring him down. That being Jackson Miller, a junior for the Berkshire, for the Badgers, as the Devils will have it good field position to start the second half, whereas they have it 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. As I mentioned, Mark mentioned the running clock. Clock is running here as they send Beal wide to the left side. Up under center was Frankie, and he tries to hand off to Jackson up the middle, and basically zilch, nowhere.
Ralph Jackson, the ball carrier.
As he's met there by number 72, who is Danny Tiller of Berkshire. And you know, Mark, if the score stays this way, we'll probably start to see some of the other, like the backup players for the Badgers, get some varsity time here. Frankie once again up under center. Badgers crouching the line of scrimmage as looks like Feaster trying to break it wide to the left. He gets out over the 45. as good pursuit there by number 3 for that's Studi for Berkshire
Down by number 4, Justin Phillips.
and Phillips. Only a gain of 2 on that play as
2 on the play, 3rd down and 8.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 2 players that really did well last week, Ralph Jackson on the field now and then Logan Ruskin, just both of those tonight. Ralph ran a little bit, but Logan just is not having a good night. It's not as good as they had last week, that's for sure. But
it comes down to who's controlling that line of scrimmage, Mark, is, looks like Frankie trying to change the play. Better get the play off here as we're under 5, under pressure. Frankie's brought down, sacked, back at the 35-yard line.
That was Phillips again, playing both ways and doing well on both sides of the ball.
They had a blitz on, and no one picked him up. And a 3 and out for the Blue Devils to start the second half, as Ruskin will go back in punt formation, standing at about his 20, and back in single safety for the Badgers is number 22, Oliver Miller, who's now up at about his 38-yard line. And now going back to join him is number 3, Studi. Snap is back. Badgers don't bring any rush at all, as gets a nice punt that gets back. Miller picks it up at about the 33-yard line, tries to swing it left.
Punt by number 8, Logan Ruskin.
As Ruskin was able.
By number 22, Oliver Miller. Stop for Wickliffe made by number 9, Nick Oboski.
Oh, I'm sorry, Oboski was down there to bring him down, and after no gain on that return, as it'll be 1st and 10 Berkshire at their own 34-yard line. Looks like the starters are still in for the Badgers. Clock is running. About 8.5 to go here in the third. 31-0 Berkshire. They've got the ball. They've scored on every possession tonight, folks. Every possession they've been able to either get a touchdown, and the last one being a long field goal. Handoff to, looks like Phillips trying to go up the middle. Gets ahead for a gain of about maybe 2, maybe 3.
I believe he'll keep those starters in there until they can probably get out of reach, maybe 37. So they'll keep it over 30 to keep this running clock, and then he'll probably put his underclassmen in the game.
So it's 2nd and 8, ball at the 36-yard line. They've got a couple wide to the right side, back in the slot. Barsakowski in the shotgun. He gives a handoff to Phillips, trying to get wide to the right. He's met at about the 40, gets out over to about the 43. As Marlin was there to bring him down for Wickliffe. As he gets out, he's a yard shy of the first down. They got to get to the 44. The speed of the Badgers tonight has really been a difference on both sides of the ball. As now in the backfield there, now they set up where Barsakowski's up under center. The handoff goes to Phillips. He's got, well, depending on the spot.
I don't know if he's got it. Oh, it looks like the ref gave it to him.
Yeah, Mark, I think you're right. They got a very favorable spot.
I mean, I didn't think he made that.
I didn't think he did either, but it looks, yep, they've spotted it to where it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Ball just shy of their own 45. Clock at about 6:40 to go here in the third quarter. 31-0 Berkshire. It's been all Badgers from the get-go. From the get-go. They've got a couple wide to the left side, back in the slot. Delayed back, looks like, again, Wadsworth, he gets wide to the right side, gets over the 45 to the 46, where Zivnaska was there to bring him down. I think maybe that's one of the few times that the Devils have held the Badgers to like a gain of 1 or less. I don't think Berkshire's had a negative play all night.
They had one incomplete pass.
One incomplete pass, and they got called for illegal motion one time. 2nd and 8. Wadsworth in the motion, looks to throw, completes it to Wadsworth. He's got the first down and more into Wickliffe territory, finally run out of bounds.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's a really good thrower. I mean, really accurate. Talking about a quarterback for
Barsakowski.
Yeah, he's able to, that lefty, to throw those swing passes as good as I've seen any high school quarterback throw.
The thing is the Devils are not putting any coverage on anybody. I mean, he was open in the flat. He put the ball in his hands, and then Wadsworth did the rest. But it's 1st and 10 now at the Wickliffe 37. We're down to 5 minutes to go here in the third. Running clock due to the 31-point differential. Handoff to, Barsakowski's going to keep it himself. He's on the go. He's down to almost about the 30-yard line, where Ruskin finally brought him down. If he didn't, he was gone. One of the few times that the quarterback has called his own number.
Barsakowski goes for 6 yards, sets up 2nd down and 4.
So it'll be 2nd and 4. They've got to get to the Wickliffe, just inside the Wickliffe 28 to get a first down.
Watch Phillips right here.
Yep, Phillips is to the right side of Barsakowski. They got a man in motion. They're loading it up to the right side. The handoff to Phillips, and the Devils have him. Mark, they had him in the backfield. He's still okay. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. I think it's the first time we've said tonight that there's been no gain on the play, on a running play for Berkshire.
Well, the Blue Devils actually picked that up really nice. They had a guy in motion this way. They had line balanced on this side, and they did a misdirection, and he went left. Blue Devils were right there. It's a nice play on defense.
Wickliffe bunching up the line, looking to try to get some pressure. Barsakowski was looking there for, I think, number 7, I think is that Weiser?
17.
Oh, Marker. So that's going to bring up 4th and 5 from the 32-yard line.
I think Marker was a little mad because I think the referee was in his way as he was crossing over the middle.
Interesting they're not trying another long field goal here. You know, this would have been like a 49-yarder. They made it from 48 at the end of the first half. So it's 4th and 5 as, the Devils stop them as they give the handoff to Oliver Miller. Not only do they stop him, they get him in the backfield as Ralph Jackson brings him down, and on that, the ball will go over to the Wickliffe Blue Devils, and that's the first time in this game, folks, that Berkshire was stopped on downs. Every other possession they've had, they found either the end zone or a field goal. So with change of possession, Mark, the clock does stop, but they'll wind it now. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 31-0 Berkshire. Snap, a delay back as they give it to Zivnaska as it gets out over the 40 to about the 41. He's got to make the 45 for a first down. Almost a horse collar there. They grabbed him by the high shoulder pads to tackle him. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Blue Devils. See if they can get something going here, folks. As the Badgers, it looks like they still have the first team in there. Bukar alone in the backfield. Give it to Zivnaska again, trying to get wide to the right. He's got the first down across the 50, and whistles blow. They're going to. And we've got a flag down.
We got a procedure call against Wickliffe, I think.
Wow. When the going is bad, the bad is.
I think that's what I saw. Yep.
Penalty marker on the play.
So that's going to
It's going to wipe out a nice first down.
Exactly. It'll make it 2nd and 9. Wait a minute. Look where they marked the ball. It's 2nd and 4. Something's wrong here. If there was a penalty.
Maybe it was from the spot of the foul? I don't know.
But if it was motion, that's in the backfield.
Yeah, they're
Oh my
trying
gosh.
to figure this out.
They haven't done much officiating-wise tonight. I mean, they did blow that face guarding call in the first half, but I mean, I would think this would be 2nd and 9. If it was a motion penalty on Wickliffe, they'd back them up 5 yards.
And they're doing that now.
Now they're going to do it. As I've said for 20 years, folks, you'd save a lot of money. I can do it right here from the press box, and it'll never be wrong. 2nd and 9, Wickliffe, clock running inside a minute and a half to go in the third. Frankie looking to throw, gets a little swing out to Beal, gets ahead. Gets ahead to about the 41-yard line.
Got that 5 yards and then some back.
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 4. They've got to get to the 45 for the first down.
Getting ready to be under a minute here in the third quarter, partner.
Mark, at the rate we're going, we'll be out of here by 9 o'clock. That's crazy. It's normally 9:30, 10 by the time we're packing up. A tight formation, a delayed back, and the handoff as Zivnoska gets over the 40 to about the 40.
You got to go here, no?
I mean, you're playing for pride at this point, Mark. So it's going to be 4th and 3. Under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I'd call Frankie's number. He's nice and small to get next to that guard. He got 3 or 4 yards the last time he did the sneak. All he needs is 3 here, right?
Mark, I think what Wickliffe's going to do, they're going to just let the clock run out, make it be
fourth quarter.
Yeah. As the Blue Devils are making their way over to the sideline, and that's going to bring an end to the third quarter of play here.
And that's the end of tonight's third quarter of play. Your score remains Berkshire 31.
As after 3 here at the Memorial Field here at Wickliffe, campus of Wickliffe, the score is Berkshire 31 and the Blue Devils nothing. As mentioned earlier, the Devils will be on the road next week as they will be over at Cuyahoga Heights to face off against Trinity. Normally when they play at Trinity, it's normally at Bedford, but I believe there's been some I think some things from the storm affected the Bedford High School football stadium.
Gotcha.
So
and it's a 1 o'clock start next Saturday.
Yeah, probably because that field is probably used next Friday night. So they got to stagger and thing, but we'll be back in 2 weeks.
We can go to that game next Saturday I'll let you buy me lunch.
Next Saturday, Mark, you never know. You never know. So they're winding the clock as the fourth quarter is about to start. It's going to be 4th and 3 for Wickliffe at their own 42. They've got to get to the 45 for a first down. Frankie looking to throw. He fires. Incomplete, as was intended there for Beal. And with that incompletion, the ball will go back over to Berkshire on downs.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right, Mark. This has been a tough one, needless to say.
Berkshire will take over on down.
I wonder if I jinxed the Blue Devils tonight when I made that goofy joke about moving the field to Brook Park.
Hey, see,
you never know.
You.
Blame it on me, folks. I'll take the blame. I'll be happy to take the blame. So the Badgers have it, and it looks like they still have the first team.
They do.
On the field. Barsakowski in the shotgun. He's got a running back in the pistol formation behind him. They hand it off there, and I believe that's number 27, which is Weiser, the ball carrier, gets ahead for a gain of about 7. Ruskin brings him down as he went over right guard.
I see they have Phillips on the sideline, and he's behind the coach, so maybe his night is over.
Brings up 2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4. They've sitting at the Wickliffe 36-yard line. They've got to get down to the 32 for a first down. Clock running, soon to be about 10 and a half to go in the game here tonight. Glad to have you with us, even although handoff up the middle, and it was met right at the line of scrimmage. There was the running back, Weiser, as Oboski was there to bring him down. A gain maybe of 1. Nope, no gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd and 4. See what happens here. Barsikowski stays in the shotgun formation, and he's got the running back Weiser moving from his right hip pocket to his left hip pocket. He's got a couple wideouts to the right side. The left side. Delay back to Weiser. He's going to have the first down and more as Oboski brings him down. But Mark, it's almost like they're opening holes and having like wide open areas of field at the.
There's no blue shirts.
Right, there's no blue shirts there at all. So a new fresh set of downs there for the Badgers. We're under 9.5 to play. The Badgers are in no rush. They'll probably use as much of the huddle clock as they can. They're comfortably ahead, 31-0. They put a man in motion, delay back to number 17, which is Marker, and they're able to run him out wide to the right side, run him out of bounds at about the Wickliffe 23-yard line.
They were lined up in shotgun. I thought, there's no way they're going to throw this ball.
Yeah, and they even put somebody in motion as if like they're going to put somebody out as a screen. Again, they move Marker now from the left side to the right side. Weiser's to the right of the quarterback. You can see the Badgers are in no rush to snap the ball. As a little flip there to number 1, who is
Abram?
Yeah, no, Southern.
Southern, I'm sorry. Abram is his first name.
And
number 65, Chris Sather, making the stop for Wickliffe.
As he gets maybe a yard on the play, and we've got a timeout on the field as looks like
that's Logan Ruskin.
Yeah, Ruskin is down as the training staff make their way over. Ruskin's up on his feet, probably just got a cramp or the wind knocked out of him. So he'll have to come out at least for a play. Clock stopped. 7:53. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at Logan's grandma over. Because you get Graham going, what's going on? My mother used to make me wear yellow socks when I played football, so she could tell if I was ever on the ground.
Oh. Mark, thus far tonight, I have to say that if there's a highlight, it's been the activity of the cheerleaders and the band for the Blue Devils.
We were talking at halftime. The horn section of the band is very good.
Very good.
Year. Very good.
Very
crisp,
good.
Nice sounding. Got some bodies in the band this year. I was going by the practice room prior to the game. They sounded great.
So we're about to get back to action here. Clock running, 7:45, 3rd and 4 from the Wickliffe 21. Weiser is now to the right of the left-handed quarterback, Barsikowski. As he's looking, he's going to throw. He fires, complete, into the end zone to Marker.
Touchdown, Berkshire.
Wow.
Now I think you'll see their junior players come in.
Well, you know what, Mark? When you're up 31 points
and you throw a touchdown
and you're throwing the ball, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, just run the ball. But Persic on to try the point after. Snap is back. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 6:44 to go in this one, that ups the score. Berkshire 38 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils nothing.
Wow, shellac tonight. My
And
goodness.
You know, this reminds me. Mark, this reminds me when I was a senior, Willoughby South came over to Wickliffe, and there was a girl at Willoughby South by the name of Rhonda Howell. I worked with her at JCPenney's, and I wanted to go out with her in the worst way. And I made a bet, I made a sucker bet with her. I said, we're going to bet between Wickliffe and South. The loser takes the winner to dinner.
Oh, you had it made either way.
Right. And South smoked us 34-0. This is, I don't know if there's any bets like that going on out there, but we went to the old Hofbräu House. They're at 55th and St. Clair. All right, well, the Devils see if they can make something happen. Persic, high end over end kick. Jimmy Feaster has it at his 5, 15, 20, still on his feet. He's still on his feet, gets out over the 20 to about the 28-yard line. A lot of pushing and shoving out there as number 33 for the Badgers, Jackson Miller, was there to bring him down. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe. 6 minutes to go in this one. That's 6 minutes that probably can't go fast enough, as this one has not been pretty, folks. As the Devils have it 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. As Frankie's looking to throw, he sets, he fires. In and out of the hands, and then finally caught. Oh, I thought Zivnoska came up with it. It went in and out of the hands of Beal, and then Zivnoska dove. I thought he pulled it in at the 45, but apparently the ball hit the ground, falling incomplete. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock does run when as we mentioned, what we call like the mercy rule is in effect. When there's a difference of 30 points or more, the only time the clock is stopped is either for a called timeout, official's timeout, or change of possession. So we're down to about five minutes to go in this one. Snap is back. They throw a little swing pass to Beal. Gets out over the 30, 35, 40, and finally run out of bounds at about the Wickliffe. Depends where the. Are they going to mark it at? No, they're going to mark it at about the Wickliffe 43. One of the few positive plays that the Devils have had tonight. Now as their Devils operating no huddle, this time Beal comes wide to the right side.
15 yards on the play. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
And Zivnoska is in the slot to the right side. With Jackson and the pistol right behind the quarterback, Bukar. Taking a lot of time to get the snap off. Again, a little swing pass to Ruskin, who's on his feet. He's got a 1st down. He's into Berkshire territory at to about the Berkshire 45-yard line. Mark, as I look out on the field, I see what appears to be a lot of fresh numbers. So does appear that the Badgers have, their second team in there at this point. As the clock now is under 4 minutes, about 3:40 to go in the game. Snap is back. Throw is complete to Beal, down to about the Berkshire 39-yard line. Devils playing for pride to see if they could at least get into the end zone before this one's over.
2nd down and 4.
It'll be 2nd and 4. They've got to get to the 35 for a first down. Frankie looking to throw. He's under pressure. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get it. Looks like he ran out of bounds right at about the, he's got a first down. They're going to mark him at about the 34, just inside the 34-yard line. 2:50 to go. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe.
1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Berkshire 34-yard line.
Jackson to the right of Bukar. He's going to keep it himself. He's basically maybe going to get about a yard as he tries to get over right guard. And it looks like we've got a player down for Berkshire. And a couple of the Blue Devils are over there to check to see if he's okay. So we have an official timeout. We'll get you a name and number here momentarily, as with 2:23 to go in this one. And
looks like Mike White, the former mayor of Cleveland.
Actually, I think he's played the whole game tonight.
Yeah, he has. He's been playing.
Yeah. So he's making his way over to the sideline.
Oh, it looks like I think it's a wrist.
Sports Medicine Institute is proud to be the
official arm or a wrist thing
of Wickland 9th through 12th grade athletics.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 when we get back to action. Ball at the Berkshire 33-yard line. I think this is the deepest the Devils have been tonight.
No. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. They've only been past the 50 3 times.
Right. So the clock is running. They snap it, and it'll probably be down to about 2 minutes to go. Frankie looking to throw under heavy pressure. He basically throws it out of bounds. He was outside of the tackle box, so they can't call grounding. Oh, come on. Now they're going to throw a flag? You've got to be kidding me. He was outside the tackle box. Oh, my gosh.
And he threw it out of bounds.
And it's one thing to get your brains beat in by the other team. It's another thing to also be dealing with some questionable calls.
He was so far outside the.
Right. I mean, Mark, he was well outside the tackle box. That should just be. And Coach Purcello's letting the official know that. So that's not only is it's loss of down and yardage. So it's 4th and 22, back at the Berkshire 46. Devils have to get to about the 24. Frankie looking to throw. He sets. He fires. Completes it to Beal. He's going to be way short of the first down. And that'll. Berkshire will have it on downs. My guess, Mark, is they'll probably take a couple of knees and mercifully put this one to rest. Wow.
Yeah, haven't seen a shellacking like this in a while.
It's been a long time. So clock is running, even though they're.
Well, we have 2 drones up.
Well, I'll bet Berkshire has one going.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So the Badgers are in their what you would call the victory formation. Clock is under a minute. We'll remind you that we'll be back with you in 2 weeks. The Devils are on the road next week as they'll face Trinity at Cuyahoga Heights.
Badgers will take a knee.
And we're down to about 30 seconds, so one more snap, and then this one will be mercifully over.
Well, they're not taking the snap. It is over.
So, on a beautiful Friday night, weather-wise, it was not so beautiful outcome for the Wickliffe Blue Devils, as the final score tonight is the Berkshire Badgers 38 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils nothing. Mark, not much to say for like a wrap-up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you just wrapped it up when you mentioned the final score, partner.
Well, you know what? I said we'd be done before 9 o'clock, and 8:54.
It's quickest game I think we've ever called.
I think you're right. I think it's the quickest game we've ever done. Well, we want to wish the Badgers all the best going forward. They move to a mark of 4 wins, 1 loss. The Devils will drop to a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, and they'll have a tough game next week as they go to Trinity. So they'll probably drop a few slots in the computer rankings, but probably still stay in contention. So other than that, folks, we want to thank one and all for joining us tonight on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. As wish you to have a wonderful weekend. And Mark, unless there's anything more from you, I
have a good weekend and have fun with playing trains tomorrow down in Coshocton.
I intend to. I intend to. You know, maybe that's the thing. We needed east wind tonight.
Yeah.
You know. So the final once again from Wickliffe Memorial Field, Berkshire 38, the Wickliffe Blue Devils nothing. I want to thank you once again and have a great weekend, everybody.